If you work out right now and you work out really hard and you're focused on trying to get a good body, trying to get a six pack, trying to get a bunch of muscle, maybe in a year or two, right? I'll tell you my goal was when I thought about it about 2 years ago. I said 5 years from now, I want to be 185 pounds in muscle. Right? And about 2 years have passed. Around 2 years have passed almost. I'm at 155 pounds, around 151, 152. And I'll probably hit it, right? But I don't see the point in hitting it because I want to build a business. You might be saying, why not do both at the same time, right? You might be thinking, oh, it's like, that's stupid. The thing is, most people's 20s, or even early teens, late teens, are wasted scattering their focus. Most of the time, it's out of their control, right? They have to focus on school. They have to focus on getting good grades, getting a good SAT, ACT, applying to college. Maybe if they start self-improvement, maybe they want to get a good aesthetic body. Maybe they want to go get a good social life. I don't know, right? Most people's late teens, early 20s, you have to follow other people's goals. Maybe it's your parents' goals. And you might be doing this subconsciously without even knowing it because you probably need to think about it. Are you following your own goals or are you following your parents' goals? Genuinely think about that. Now, the point was that most people's late teens, early 20s wasted finding this passion, this purpose that they can follow through for the rest of their life. But the thing is, once you start hitting these goals, you maybe set one like I did, right? 185 pounds. Once you hit it, you realize that wasn't enough. You say, oh, next goal, 195 pounds. Oh, next goal, 205 pounds. Right? And you just keep on upping it over and over and over until you reach 25, 26. You don't have the same level of energy that you can keep up with. And then you start going downhill. You might think you're an outlier. You might think you'll be able to hold this discipline forever. You will not. I'll tell you a story of my dad. He started working out when he was around my age, 14, 15-ish, right? And he started off at around 50 kilograms, which I would say is about 130 pounds, something like that. And, 5, 6 years later, he weighs 95 kilograms, 100 kilograms, right? That was his peak, 100-ish kilograms at the age of 22, 21. I'm talking like 100 kilograms lean. And that's, for Americans, is about 195 pounds, 200 pounds maybe, something like that. Lean. Like, I'm talking like you can see a six-pack. Showed me a picture once. I'm like, oh, what happened? Like, I looked at him now and I was just, it's not good, bro. He's just, like, everything expanded. I'm like, what happened there, bro? Like, not looking too good now. He's like, oh yeah, I ran out of energy. Oh, I had to get a family. I could tell he's making excuses, right? But I realized, yeah, in a way he's right. You do lose energy by the time you're 25. It's true that your testosterone peaks at 25. No matter what you tell people. Maybe if you're lucky, peaks at 30 if you have good habits. A lot of people do, right? Peaks at 30 if you keep on exercising. But at some point, it will decline. It will. Guaranteed. It is guaranteed that your bones will get weaker. It is guaranteed that you will not have the same testosterone that you do now. And I'll tell you why I think testosterone is a waste as well. I'll tell you that in a bit. But the thing is, people think that the energy they have now will last forever. And if you're in your mid-teens right now, maybe late teens, I'll tell you it will probably get better by the time you're 23, 24, 25. You'll have more energy, matter of fact, to do anything, to put into a lot of things. But from there, it might get a little shaky. And this is why a lot of people stop working out at the age of 25 to 30. Even if you think you're an outlier who has this strong discipline, who will keep it going forever, you're not planning for the worst case scenario. I'll tell you one rule of investors, which is plan for minimal risk but high reward. Most of the time when you're at the highest level of the game, right, of investing, all you're worried about is risk management. All you're worried about is how risky is this? What are the downsides? Right? Think about Warren Buffett. All he does is make 1 or 2 decisions a year. Good decisions that last for a decade. That's all he does. The rest of his day is spent reading, I don't know, playing games, drinking Coke. Look at the dude. Dude's like 90, right? He drinks Coke every single day. He eats McDonald's every single day. You might not want to be like him. But look at where he's at right now. He's 90, no stress at all. He's living a really good life. All he does is make one or two good decisions a year, and it lasts for decades. He never thought about, oh yeah, I need to hit 185 pounds this year, or I need to hit 100 billion this year. No, he just followed through. He had a habit. The energy you work out with right now will not last forever. The results you're expecting will not last forever. That's why a lot of people stop working out. A lot. Way too many. I see a lot of people getting into exercise now. I know for a fact, 10 years from now, 15 even, 90%, 90 of them will be gone from the exercise space. I'll be fat. They'll all be fat. Because they rely on discipline. I do not rely on discipline. That's why now I've started making it so that instead of in 5 years I get a 185 pounds, right? Lean. And then in 10 years, what's the rush? I want it for life. If I get it when I'm 25 or 26, what's the difference? Really? Because I want to keep it for life. I've been thinking the same for business as well. Right? It's not, 100K subscribers in 2 years. No, I'm probably going to be doing this for a really long time. What's the rush? Now, that doesn't mean I slack off. That doesn't mean I only start working, only 1 day a week, I can make a video every so often. No, I still have to work every day, right? The point is that the stress associated with hitting these goals has gone away. Even though some people might say, I gotta peel back my purpose layer, I gotta, whatever, onion, something like that. Peel back my onion layer. Some Hamza kids be repeating that stuff. You're not peeling back anything. You're just lazy. You want to stay fit? You're not going to be peeling back a layer at 25. You're just lazy. You just have no energy. You went to failure every single exercise when you were 20. And now you can't handle it. Physically. Even if you could, it's not sustainable. And that's what I'm talking about here. Sustainability. That was the word. When you're reaching the best levels of anything, the people who win are the ones who can last through it. There's this book from Angela Duckworth. It's called Grit, and it's literally the title. I don't know why she wrote a whole book on it. The idea was all she did throughout the book was talk about grit. Grit being like, you could call it discipline in a way, but it's more like consistency, which is sticking with the same thing for a long enough period of time to see results. Now, if I give you this scenario, right? Guy started a business, he ran it for 2 years. Now, in your mind, you're probably thinking, he's maybe successful. Maybe he made $1 million, right? Let's say he started a YouTube channel. Works every day. Okay, maybe he made $1 million, maybe something like that. But now, what if I told you there's this other guy, Guy B. Started YouTube 7 years ago. 7 years ago. You're like, he must be making a lot from that, right? If he's been doing it for 7 years, he must know a bunch about YouTube. Why does that click in your mind? Because it's obvious. If you've been doing for something for that long, you're probably going to be good at it. If I've been working out for 15 years, there's no way that I don't have 185 pounds muscle. How can you make it so your goals are impossible to not reach? And this is what I say for people who have like a really low GP. I'm like, you have to try to get a 1.0. You really have to try. Like, you have to put an effort to fail. And the only way you can do that is when you're setting self-imposed limits. Because most of the times, the limits you set are just by you. You can break your own limits. So either you can hit 185 pounds 3 years from now, or you can set that goal out 10 years and keep it for life. And that's not the only thing. There are seasons for when you should work on things. I don't think right now, if you're young, you should probably not focus on building muscle. Your main goal should be building wealth and building money. I said the same thing twice. And the reason is because when you're older, you will not have the same, I've already repeated this, you will not have the same energy. And even if you do, you should probably prepare for the worst. Remember, risk management. That's the investor's golden rule. How can I get something low risk that has a huge payoff? And the way you do that is by making it so that you have something that will last 10 years from now. If you do it for a long enough period of time, it will do good. Start something now. Now, a lot of people, very few people actually, start a business in their late 30s and do good. Almost no one. Everyone you know at the top of the game, right? They've all started early 20s. And they only got the results when they were older. Mr. Beast started making YouTube videos when he was 12. A lot of people say, oh, he's an early success. He got lucky. He's been making YouTube videos for 10 years. You think he got lucky? If you do something for 10 years, there's no way you're not successful. That's why now I've stopped stressing about becoming successful. Because I know I'm probably going to be doing YouTube for a really long time. Because I know that I'm going to be working out for life. Why do I need to set these self-goals on myself? The only person imposing limits on yourself is you. You can destroy them. Set goals outside of where you're at right now. Instead of things that will happen in 1 or 2 years. Make habits. The habit of exercising. Right? And again, if you're young, focus on wealth for the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months. Right? And expect it to take years. Then you can focus on fitness. Let's say right now you start running this business, right? You have zero skill in anything. You're fully fat. You have no social life. You have no friends. Okay, cool. You start off literally at zero. You have no starting money. Start making a business, right? And do that for 6 months. You're probably not at the spot, but let's say you are, right? You probably are a bit higher. Start a business, go at it for 6 months. Work really hard at it. And then after 6 months, once you've maybe established a bit of money, maybe you're making $500 a month, small numbers, get into fitness. Make sure you maintain that $500 per month, but get into fitness. Start working out really hard. Think about it like this. If you put, let's say you have a limited amount of focus. You only have, on a scale of 0 to 100, worth of focus. If you're trying to work out and you're trying to go out with family and you're trying to make friends and you're trying to be social and you're trying to run a business, that's 5 things. What's 100 divided by 5? 20. Only 20% of your energy is going towards everything. How are you going to progress in anything? You're going to make no progress. But now, another guy comes along. He exercises once a week because he knows, and this is a cool fact, if you work out once really hard per week, you will maintain your muscle. Once, literally once. And you go at it full failure. You'll maintain your muscle. You'll keep what you're at right now. You'll not lose anything. You'll keep your 6-pack. You'll keep your muscles, all that. And he knows that he wants to stay fit, right? He wants to keep at being fit. So he keeps that up. And then comes, maybe he wants to just get really rich. So he focuses 90 to 95% of his life on becoming really rich, 5% of it on staying fit. And he sacrifices entirely his social life. You might be thinking, I don't want to live that life. He's only doing this for a year or two. Think about it like this. He does it for a year, right? Say he starts making $5,000 per month. Then he has $5,000 per month, right? He automates the business. It starts going by itself. He doesn't really have to do much. Now, the next 6 months after that, he can focus fully on his fitness. And if you focus fully on fitness for 6 months, that means working out a lot per day, getting a lot of rest, eating a lot of protein. You are guaranteed to make it so that you gain 30 to 40 pounds within that 6 months. Seriously. In 6 months. You can do a lot. Even if you think that's a higher range, you'll probably hit 15, 20 pounds. And that's a lot for a lot of people. 30 pounds is overkill. That's if you put a lot of effort into it. But 15, 20 pounds, guaranteed. So now he has 15, 20 pounds more muscle in 6 months. Still doesn't have much of a social life. But his business is still running 5K a month. So the next 6 months after that, he puts a bit into his business, right? He still needs to maintain it. Let's say 5% of his focus. He puts 5% more into, just maintaining his fitness too. He just one hard workout every single week to failure. Now he wants to up his social life. So, he starts going out a bit more, starts staying out late, he starts talking to friends, maybe he starts socializing a bit with family, right? Starts getting a bit into that. Even though before he was completely socially awkward, he's dedicated these next 6 months to becoming totally immersed in making friends and getting good connections and just going around just having fun. That's it. That's really it. And then he thinks, you know what? I'm only making $5,000 a month. I want to scale up my business. Keep in mind, 1.5 years has passed. Sorry, 2 years have passed. Sorry, my words were off. 2 years only have passed. And he's like, okay, these next 6 months I think I'll dedicate towards my business. You see how this is a cycle that keeps on building on. You're still maintaining what you had before, but you just improve with seasons of focus. Literally seasons. 4, 5, 6 months of doing one thing with your full attention. Some people might say, oh, I'll lose the skill in 6 months. I won't know how to do business, or I won't know how to work out. You'll know how to work out. You're still maintaining. You'll know how to talk to people. It's not like you're going completely 0%. You're still going to go talk to people. You still have to order stuff. You still have to talk to your family. If you have a wife, talk to your wife and girlfriend, right? You probably shouldn't have a girlfriend if you're trying to build a business, by the way. It's not a good idea. But this is how it should be. Seasons of things. And if you can do that, your life will be set. Because most people in their early 20s, they only think out. They think out for a long term, right? They think passion is something I'll do for the rest of my life, but then they quit after 6 months. You are not one of those people. You can do better. And I know you will. Good luck out there.